Okay, is that the E minor pentatonic scale?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you can understand what it's telling you what to do, but it's one note at a time, one after the other. There's a major scale. Set that next to it, please. All right. The two most important scales in playing the guitar, particularly. Thank you. Look at the A minor pentatonic scale. The only reason number one it's A minor is because we're playing it. You see the dark numbers? Those are the root numbers, which in this case is A.
Okay.
So, do you know any of the names of the strings yet?
Yeah, I know the names of the strings.
Okay. So do you know the notes on at least on the 6th string? It's okay if you don't.
Notes? No, I don't know any of the notes at all.
That's fine. But tell me the names of the strings.
You got E, A, D, G, B, A.
Yeah.
E, sorry.
Yeah. So as you work your way up, the 5th and the first string is this one here. This is string number 1.
Okay, that's like I guess I was going backwards.
It's like an elevator. The one closest to the floor is number 1, and then going up. So this is string number 6, right?
Okay, I had that backwards.
String number 1, string number 6.
Okay.
So that's very important to know because that's just the way it is. So on strings 5 and 6, we call them root notes because you were playing some power chords. Well, you got to know what that is. Which one's the root? What chord is that? What chord? That kind of thing.
Okay.
So you learn these notes. I want you to initially frets 1 through 5. Okay. I want you to know those ones. This is the nut down here, and here's your headstock.
Okay.
Got it like that. So that's the way the guitar is laid out. So the strings 5 and 6, I want you to learn these notes here. And in fact, very, very quickly, all the way back up to the 12th fret. 12th fret is the one with the 2 dots.
Mm-hmm.
On every string, the 12th fret is the same note as the open string.
Okay.
So having said that, what note is the 12th fret on the string number 6?
Okay, well if it's E then.
That's right. I just want to make sure that you comprehended what I told you. Very good. Okay, so I want to see how quick a learner you are. All right, good. That's exactly right. So from open string, the 12th fret, you're going to get to know these notes really quickly. We start with just the whole notes, and the flats and sharps just kind of make sense when they're between the whole notes. If that's F, the space between F and G has got to be F sharp or G flat. It's the same note, F sharp, G flat. It just depends on what key the music's written in, as whether they call it an F sharp or they call it a G flat.
Okay.
Since we're not going to learn to read music, I don't think you're really interested in that.
I'd like to do that actually. Maybe not right away, but eventually it's something. If you want to throw some bits in here, because I know how to read some music. I used to play saxophone in high school. So
you're familiar with the staff, the music staff,
yes.
the notation. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, we'll start relating that. But you said you already started getting into tabs.
Yeah, I've looked at guitar tabs, for songs I want to learn. I got a little app on my phone that'll show me the tabs for just about any song I want to learn. So.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I mean, we're so lucky today with the internet. When I was your age and younger and playing, didn't have any of that.
Oh yeah.
We had to play with other people or scrape up the money to go buy the sheet music at the music store. It was nothing like that. Now we got the internet. Or I'd listen to a record and I'd pick up the needle and figure out a part, put the needle back down, hopefully in the same place.
Oh yeah, I'm sure with a record, yeah.
It was, man, it was crazy. You're so lucky today with the YouTube and all that. Okay, the scales. The scales are important. So let's play the A minor pentatonic scale. We're starting on the 5th fret. The number inside the little circles,
is that the finger?
That's the finger they want you to play. It has nothing to do with music. It's not set in concrete. It's just the way we want to learn how to use our fingers. So we're on the 5th fret. 5th fret.
Let's in tune with you, I guess.
Yeah, we should. It could be me. Let's see.
It could.
Sometimes I'll tune.
It could be me. I just put these strings on, so I know the new strings.
So here's A.
No, that's. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and do A. B. starting to get worn out because it won't stay. Maybe I got a little screw I can tighten. You sound like you got a really good ear. You have no trouble finding what you want to find, and that's good. That'll help you because learning stuff by ear is very helpful. Almost all professionals do learn things by ear. All right, so A, first finger, 5th fret on the 6th string. A, so look at your scale, look at your chart.
Yeah, first
And what we're doing is 1 4 1 4 1 4. Look at the chart. 1 4 1 4. We skip 2 frets, first finger, 4th finger, just like that. There you go. Let me see if you can do what they're telling you to do on the 5th string.
So then you go to the next one.
Yep. Very good.
So, yep. Then you got 1, 2, so do that one.
Too far.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's supposed to sound like this. Okay?
Okay.
That's how you play that. Okay, let me see you play the C major scale.
Okay, so
Which fret is it starting you on? Can you tell?
that is on the 8th fret.
Very good.
Yeah, the dots really help. I'm glad they have the dots on the chart here.
That's right. That's
Okay,
good.
so right here. So
Yeah, what finger though?
second.
There you go.
Okay, so then you go skip 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you start on that finger. So then skip 1, so
Nope. Almost though.
no.
What do you do on the 5th string?
2.
Skip the note.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so
Very good.
okay, we got
All right, and that's the first half of it, and then the bottom half continues. So it kind of starts where you let off, where you left off.
this is on the 4. 2, so
Again, the dark notes are the root notes. Since this is a C major scale, that's C. This is C. And this is C. And this is C. Okay?
Okay.
Those are the roots. Those are the root notes of the. Now, notice up at the top of the page, it says movable scale. That means you can move that pattern and do it anywhere. Let's say we do it starting on the 3rd fret. Okay? Now, starting on the 3rd fret, what would we call it?
Would that, since we're starting on the G, would that make it a G?
Very good. G major scale, exactly. See, it's a movable scale, it's a movable pattern. So that is G major scale. Same with the pentatonic. Anywhere you move it, wherever your root note is, that's what it becomes. The A minor pentatonic can become the G minor pentatonic.
Okay, so just whatever note you're starting on with, that would be the scale that it.
Yeah, if you're moving this pattern.
Right.
I mean, you could start on any of the notes you want.
Right, somewhere in the middle. Then it
Exactly. You started, but you're still in the A. You're still in A minor pentatonic. You know, if I wanted to start it here, it's still A minor pentatonic scale. I don't have to start on the root note, but when I play the A minor, these are all the notes that work in that scale. All right, that's very important. When you practice at home, the key is to stay focused on one thing at a time. We all have a tendency to kind of want to do a bunch of different things, you know, and we kind of scatter ourselves. But it's very important when you're practicing to do one thing at a time, one thing at a time. Put those blinders on, and all you're going to do, I don't know what your schedule's like, but if you can devote at least a half hour to a serious practice session, do just your C major scale, nothing else. You can move it up and down the neck and call it and learn where you're playing. But this pattern, I want you to just do nothing but that. It'll give you the dexterity. And see, we're really important to treat. He's the hardest guy to train, so that's why we include him in these scales so that we can get used to using him because he's the toughest to control. So. One of your practice sessions, what I like to call improvement sessions. One of your improvement sessions is you focus on just scales, just your scales, until you're smooth. I don't care about fast. Now you can probably, I know you can find a free app. I've had this for decades. These are called metronomes. This is how we measure ourselves. Anything that needs to improve needs to be measured. So we measure ourselves. We do this. We go. Now, having done that, you write down what the speed at which, the fastest speed at which you can play it smoothly. Because it's smooth first, fast later. So we do it smooth first. Once we're smooth at a speed, we write down that speed, beats per minute, and then we bump it up a few. Okay. And we do it again. We push ourselves, constantly push ourselves. Okay. Let's see where you're at. Let's just have fun with this. Let's do the A minor pentatonic scale at 92 beats per minute. And we count it in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see? So that's
not even close to
not,
that.
See, so 92 might be a little quick for you right now. That's fine. We'll knock it down to 72, but you know what? You're going to surpass this very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's what we do. This is how you measure yourself and you force yourself to improve. But it's very important to play on the beat. Find a metronome app on your phone and use that. Okay, and then I want you to also please get yourself a 3-ring binder. Okay. Get yourself some of these page protectors. These things here. Okay, because I'm going to give you a lot of handouts. Okay. 3-ring binder, page protectors, Walmart. And then divide them into sections, your scales, your chords, your songs, okay? 3 sections initially. Okay. Chords, scales, songs. This goes in the front. This is for you. It's not for me to check on you. This is for you to help yourself focus on your improvement sessions. Like you go home today, you got a half hour, you're going to work on a certain, let's say, A minor pentatonic scale. You write it in there, okay? You write down the beats per minute, how that you can play it smoothly at. And this is for miscellaneous things that you might want to work on as time goes on. Okay, so but we got to learn the names of the chords. So do you know how to form chords? Any chords yet?
No.
Have you done that?
I don't know any chords.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to give you some chord charts too. What we do first is open chords, and they're open as opposed to what we call bar chords. For example, here's A minor. Let me see if you can read that and figure out what it's. I think you will. Figure out what it's telling you what to do.
Okay, so this is A minor, so that one's. So we got. Okay, yeah, we got the fingers, so we got 2 there. No, that one. 2, 3, and 1.
Okay, now.
And the X means you don't do this one, right?
Exactly right. Now put your thumb directly behind where you're playing. Not on top of the neck, but behind. Let me show you what I mean. Let's pretend that you're gonna, that you're holding your guitar up. See where my thumb is? You're just going to take that position and you're going to translate it into this, okay? So now I'm going to play my A minor, and my thumb is directly behind my chord. Not up on top like that, but down like that. Pretend some guitars' necks actually have a nice line down the center. See, that's where you want your thumb to go to. Now, everybody's a little different. Our anatomies are different. You're going to develop your own feel and style. To begin with, we don't want to develop any bad habits, so let's get the thumb behind the chord. That sounds pretty good. When we do this, then we go 1 string at a time. Wow, listen to that. Nice clear notes.
Turn the gain down somewhat, get a clean sound.
Yeah, clean that up. Very good.
Alright, now I lost the feel. I started looking.
That's okay.
Until I learn it. Okay, so 2, 3, and 1. Okay.
That's not it, but that is a chord. You're in the wrong place, but that is a chord. It's the same shape. It's the same shape as the A minor.
Just up 1, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah. Nice sounding chord, man. Very good. Okay, take that shape and do what you did just now before that.
Okay, move it up.
Yeah, move it up. That's E.
This is E.
That's
okay.
E.
Now, would you play the top string for this one?
You can. Yes, you can. Very good question.
All of them, or
You can play all 6 strings.
all
with that
6
one.
strings?
That's a good
It
question.
sounds like, ooh, I recognize that chord. That chord's from,
It's from a lot of songs.
you ever watch King of the Hill?
No.
Because there's a show, King of the Hill, where that's how that song starts off.
Oh,
I
really?
recognize that.
Okay.
I actually was learning that song. Let me see.
Now. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Take that. Make an E again, and then pick up your first finger. Make an E.
Okay, so
Pick up your first finger after you've made that E.
pick up my first finger.
Yeah, that's all you're doing, and you can just read
So
that.
2 and 3.
Yeah, there you go. That's E minor.
That's E minor.
Yeah.
Couldn't you push those 2 with 1 finger, right?
Yeah. Don't bend the strings if you can help it. You
Okay.
can, yeah, you can.
I'm just
It depends
saying,
on what
sure.
you're trying to play. But if
Okay.
you want the other strings to be open, then it's kind of hard to
That would
press
be kinda
2 with
hard.
1 finger. But some
Yeah.
people do. There's nothing wrong with that. I won't say don't do it.
Well, it's just because I do a lot of that playing
Sure.
power chords. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all I've known so far.
No,
so.
that's fine.
All right, so 2 and 3. Okay.
And there's D. Let me see you play D.
Play D?
Yeah,
Okay,
play
so let's... 2.
Thumb behind, please.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Definitely used to that.
Use the pad of your thumb, not the tip of your thumb. There you go. Like
Okay,
that. Yeah, like that.
Oh, that feels so weird. I guess I
I want
used to
it
that.
to be natural, but you keep.
I just have to get used to
But
it.
I want you to avoid bad habits too.
Mhm. Okay, so...
Wow, sounds good, man. Sounds real good. See if you can get your pinky up in the air instead of tucked under like that. Yeah. Just because the pinky is going to be used for things in
Right.
that chord, so just get
Okay.
used to it. Now play C.
3, 2... I think the only reason I got used to doing this is because I forgot what it was. I was learning something,
Okay.
and I was muting this top string with my thumb so I could just strum along.
Hey, man, that's a very useful skill. So I'm not going to discourage that, but I just don't want you to develop any bad habits.
Right.
So play it naturally. Play it the way you like to play.
The way, okay, like this just feels comfortable. to
That's
me.
fine. Do it. Just do it then. Since you're already playing, I just want you to avoid some of the bad habits that some people develop. One of the most common bad habits is people laying their thumb like that. This is why I encourage you coming back here. But you'll watch me playing, my thumb will be all over.
I mean, I'll try to get it back, if it's...
But don't make it hard. But look at my wrist. See how straight my wrist is? Try not to do this very much.
Well, it's weird. If I go like that, it feels like my wrist is bending more. You see how it's kind of straight like this?
Yeah, whatever's comfortable.
I don't know.
Just don't develop. I'm gonna
I'll
watch
try.
and make sure you're not developing bad habits.
All right.
But you can have your thumb up there.
I'll try my best.
Because I do a lot of chords with using my thumb actually to play the note up there. So that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Okay. That's C. Sounds good, man. Your chords sound good. I can tell you've been playing already. All right. So those are really important chords. Play G now, please. But do not play it the way they have it written out.
Don't play it like
I
that.
hate this.
Okay.
And I should create a new one. I want this to be your pinky, okay? And I want this to be your second finger and your third finger.
Okay.
So do that, please.
Now, is there a reason for the
Yeah, I'll
alternate?
show you.
Okay.
It's not alternate. It's actually better and more common. I don't know why I'll tell you why. It's because beginners have a hard time using their pinky. That's why they do this.
Okay.
But here it is. Here's the way it should be done. Pinky, third, second. Okay,
Like that?
but you're not a beginner, so exactly like that.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty much a beginner.
Well, you're a beginner, but I mean, you got to already have a playing experience. And I'll show you why we do it like this. Because now we might want to go to G7. What do? Pick up our pinky. We put our first finger down. If you're doing this, you got to change all 3 fingers.
Yeah, it's a lot.
See, this way I can do this, and I can also do this. it this way. So we can do this, and a G major 7. A lot of things you can do that you can't do when you're doing this. Now, what a lot of guys do is this thing here, which adds this note here. It's just a fuller sound, but there's no reason for it. Okay.
I see you play with your fingers. Is that something I should practice? I've never done
Only
that.
if you want to.
Okay.
If you like using the pick, continue using the pick. You ever hear of Dire Straits?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, they're kind of like the 80s and that. Like, well, they did a lot of very successful records. Anyway, the lead player for them was his name is Mark Knopfler, Knopfler. I don't have my Roku set up. I like to use this to show people stuff. But look up on YouTube. Look up Mark Knopfler.
Okay.
I'm gonna write it because I'll tell you why. He plays lead guitar, electric, and he's always used just his fingers, just his nails. He never used the pick. So watch his style. I prefer using just my fingers.
Okay.
But it's up to you. Some of the best guitar players in the world play with a pick. You ever hear of Tommy Emmanuel?
No, not familiar with that.
I'm gonna write him down too. Look him up on YouTube. Now, do you sing?
No.
Okay, so
I'd like to learn to sing, but I don't.
that's important for me to know where to take you, because if you want to learn to sing, then we're going to do a different kind of learning. You know, because I can do instrumental. That's instrumental, right? You can hear the melody along with the chords, combining the two. But if I want to sing it, I go. See the difference? So depending on what you want to do is what we're going to focus on. So not being a singer right now, we're going to focus on the picking and strumming thing.
Okay.
And the accompanying other players. The trouble with the learning just to accompany other players is you aren't always around other people, right?
Right.
You want to do stuff on your own. You can put up a YouTube video and you can play along with that, and that's great fun, and I encourage that. It makes you a better player. However, if you're sitting around the living room and some friends show up and they go, "Hey man, play me something," if all you do is strum some chords, it's not really a song, is it?
Right.
You know? So we're going to learn how to play songs as we learn the instrument itself, which is why we do scales and we do learning our chords. And that's my style is, see my nails? I need to go see my guy because I've broken. I do gels. It's bulletproof, but they do eventually crack, and I have to, like every couple of weeks, get them fixed. And then these ones are short. But that's up to you if you want to learn to.
I've never tried it at all. So
Well, the way to start training yourself is just do this.
do you have to have longer nails? That just cut mine.
Yes, you do.
I can't really get it. But
Do this first. Let me see you do this. Thumb finger, thumb. So kind of rhythm. Okay. You can do a lot with just two fingers. See. So now what you do? Just mute your strings. Let me hear that.
play with this finger.
Just mute them. I just want to hear that you're muted him. And now go like this. 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3.
Good. Now I gotta look at it.
Very good. Anchor somewhere. Some people like to use these fingers. I anchor a lot with my heel of my hand on my bridge. Everybody's different. Whatever you
I kind of do.
Don't float though. Don't float. We got to anchor. So this is fine. So you do this, and then work your way back out. Out, in, back out. Yeah. Try to keep the thumb out past the fingers, not tucked inside here, but out past the fingers. Out past the fingers. There you go. Yes, like that. Yeah. There you go. And that's the way to start teaching yourself to do some finger picking.
Okay.
You can do a lot with two. I do a lot of songs with just two fingers. Just two fingers. song that requires a pick, this is my pick. So that's just me. But if you want to use a pick, you can be a very fine guitarist. And it's nothing. When I'm doing a song that's strictly strumming, then I'll use a pick. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Okay.
But on your own, when you feel like it, do this. Get used to using these two fingers.
Okay.
And you can, and it gets to the point where you where you find it, you can start choosing whatever strings you want to be playing, you know, as you do this. But you start learning to control it by going specific strings, like this.
Okay.
And eventually,
all right. Yeah.
it won't be a problem for you. Okay, the chords. One more chord. We got A, B. We got A, C, D, G. Two more chords. We're going to do the whole alphabet.
Okay.
Now, B is a tough one because there's no open B really. There is kind of, but it's a little hard. So what we do is we do B7, which is a lot easier for most novice players. So I'm going to find the B7. Hopefully I've still got them. I do have it. There we go, B7. Let me see you do this. You and I both got the sniffles all of a sudden.
Yeah,
B7, let me see you do that. That's it. There you go. And
I was like, I heard that. No, that one sounds a little strange. That's why I stopped when I heard that. I'm
it's
like,
a seventh, yeah.
Yeah, it's seventh. I was
yeah, you
like,
got it, yeah.
I was like, that sounds a little weird.
Good ear, man. Good ear.
What's the difference with just a B?
Well, without going into music theory very much, a seventh, any chord in the seventh, just adds that. There are 7 whole notes: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right?
Mm-hmm.
A, B, C, D, F, G. So.
Because the chords are usually it's the root, third, and the fifth, right?
That's right. So G7 would be take the root note and we flat it a whole step. Here's G. We go down a whole step to F. That's the 7th. Why is it the 7th? Because after F comes G again. So so F it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then back to 1 again. Okay, so it's the 7th of any note is the one right before the root. Okay, but the 7th is always a whole step. Do you know what a whole step is? 2 frets.
Right. Okay.
And a half step is
1
fret. Very good. So the 7th is always a whole step down from the root. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
So how would you what would be the 7th note for the chord C? What would be the 7th to C?
So that'd be.
What comes before B? I mean,
yeah, it's B.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking if it would be
however,
C flat or B. Right?
Well, that's a very observant of me because in that case, there are no sharps and flats between B and C.
Okay.
So a whole step down from C can't be B because that's only a half a step. Here's B. Here's B. Here's C. Half a step. There's no sharp or flat between B and C. Okay. So if we go down a whole step from C, we actually have to go down to